We are live.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh shit. Oh, I just thought of another thing that can go in my week. We split the party.
Oh yeah.
Not supposed to split the party, but I don't know how our GM, how Eric could have expected us to not split the party. I'm sorry. That is a total split the party situation if ever there was one.
Yeah. That's
I mean, it's not like we split the party in a vampire's house or something.
No. But yeah, no, that is a thing that apparently we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So
split party.
John says, I see Rissy has better internet this week. Yes, she does. You can see her face.
Right. It's because I'm podcasting from a very special secret location. My job. They have great internet here.
Yes, they do.
Have you tweeted things?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
And I made the thing in the place.
The thing in the place, you say?
I did say that. It was very specific of me. So.
Yes, it is indeed office space for me. Woohoo! Josh, D&D stream, well, Amanda and I will probably talk about the D&D game we're in together. My new boss read my book. Oh, Jesus, I hope not. It's my most recent boss is a lady boss. For some reason, to me, that would be even weirder than my motherly Scott former boss.
I feel like that's just a weird.
Just a whole new level of weird.
Yes. But yes, it is just the two of us tonight. Since
just the two of us.
Blythe is doing birthday things with her boyfriend / fiance.
Her / fiance? Oh, yes. Shit. Yep. Quite the Bishonen.
It's hot.
So hot. But yeah, sorry guys, you're stuck with just me and Amanda, and you're gonna like it.
Or else.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what else, but something.
Else's or them.
Yep. Oh, I've got to switch out my chair. Oh. I don't like the back of the chair behind me in the picture because I'm a weirdo.
Well, I mean, sure.
It doesn't provide good contrast with my hair, so it just looks blobby, so I tend to sit on my piano bench.
Your piano bitch?
Yes, my piano bitch.
Sing us a song, yeah, the piano bitch. Sing us a song tonight. I think piano bitch is an early contender for title of the episode.
I tell my piano bitch not to sing us a song because we're recording and that would be distracting.
Don't sing us a song, Amanda's piano bitch.
Yes, just
she sits on you tonight.
I guess. All right, then.
Yes. I'm getting stuff around organized. I'm just saying words.
I figured. Are you doing like business words?
Business words, yes. I'm being Christian Grey. Buy low, sell high.
Synergy.
Synergy, backwards flow. Six Sigma. Sell. Click.
I believe that you are an important business person.
Why, thank you.
Though I'm sad that there aren't dicks drawn on the wall behind you.
Right. That would be pretty amazing. But that whiteboard belongs to my coworker, so there's always the danger that if I write stuff on there, I'll forget that I did it, and then she'll come in and be like, "Why are there dicks?" And I'm gonna have to be like, "There's a mad dick drawer. What draws at midnight who's been running around," and she'll be like, "But our office door is locked," and I'll be like, I must have left it open on accident
Oops.
Yeah, and that's how the dick drawer got in. No, I didn't see them.
I once drew a dick on a whiteboard. It was one of those like dual-sided guys that you could move that was in the grad school office, and it didn't get used much. So it sat there for a while.
Oh,
and
boy.
Then people went to wipe it off, and it didn't all come off. So there's like the ghost of a dick on the board.
Ooh, ghost dick.
Ghost dick. So
that's incredible.
Somebody did that.
Somebody, yes.
And
someone.
I saw it. And I don't know who that was.
That was clearly some kind of perverted weirdo did that.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Well, shall we go ahead and start this bitch?
Let's do it.
Okay. So give it a couple seconds of silence and then go for it.
Am I saying the first part?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hello, and welcome to episode 61 of the Dork Pridecast. My name is Rissy.
And I'm Amanda. We make up 2/3 of a comedy group called the Damsels of Dorkington, and this is our podcast. We are without our Blythe tonight.
Alas.
Because she is doing birthday things with her fiance because it's his birthday. We all know what that means. For all of you listening to this podcast later, Rissy and I are making sex gestures.
Yes. Yo, shawty, it's your birthday.
You're gonna get fucked like
it's your birthday.
Yes.
The birthday sex
is a thing I've heard about.
Can be pretty great.
I've never had sex. I'm still a virgin, so I don't know anything about that.
Well, sooner rather than later, the College of Vestals is finally going to release you from your 30-year tenure, and then you can get a dick.
Just one?
I mean, that's only the one you like grow out of your forehead. You can probably, get many, many others.
Okay, I was like, because I have multiple holes, so that should mean I can have multiple dicks, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
it's important to remember that in ancient Rome, after a Vestal virgin had successfully completed her term of office, that she grew a dick out of her forehead. This is recorded by many ancient Roman historians. Definitely.
It totes happened.
It totes happened, yeah. Definitely Josephus wrote about that being totes a thing.
Maybe it was Brocephus.
Brocephus. Yes, Brocephus. Roman historian. Brocephus.
He just liked to talk about dicks.
Dicks, yep. Just grows right out the forehead. Your dick of corns.
Yep. So we have a damsel news that we should mention. And that is that we have finally scheduled our drunk Pridecast.
Oh, yes.
Hooray! It will be Sunday.
Yep. Sunday.
I'm glad they all got that in stereo.
Right.
Yes.
Moving in stereo.
I believe the plan is for 8 p.m. Central on Sunday. And we will be...
Wait, how does this work? I've never done one of these before. Do we just be drunk? Okay.
Yes.
That is the plan.
We usually will get on beforehand and start the drinking so that we're nice and tipsy by the time we start for realses. And that's about all the structure there is.
Awesome. Oh, man, this is going to be great. Like, I get to be drunk at work, not during the week.
Not in the morning when I first get there.
Yeah, this is going to be so much fun on a Sunday evening. What a change of pace.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I forget that you didn't get to do the drunk Pridecast. Yeah, so this will be fun.
Excitement.
It'll be our first one with the 3 of us.
I know, right? It will be good. It's going to be good. We're good stuff.
We're gonna drink some drinks.
Oh man, drinks sounds great. Yes, you guys skip my meds. Are you fucking shitting me? No, you don't want that. That bad juju, yo.
Yes. Also, Rissy's meds and alcohol just make for better podcasting entertainment, right?
This is true.
That's what we're gonna say.
I mean, unless we're skipping the alcohol and moving straight into some hard drugs, skipping my meds would only have a bad reaction, whereas staying on them really just sort of enhances things.
Mm-hmm. We're not gonna do the hard illicit drug podcast because that's. I think we have to meet a different level on Patreon.
That's at least $2,000 a month for the completely banned substances.
Just to keep us in the drugs that we would have to. For that. And then the habit that we develop from that.
Right.
So.
I don't know. I was thinking we could stick with something relatively non-addictive like MDMA, especially if we're only doing it once a month.
I like the way that you think.
Why, thank you. I like MDMA.
Well, that's kind of what it does.
Right.
You mean allegedly.
Yes, allegedly, right? Yeah. Yes. We could just have you guys on for the MDMA podcast and we could all listen to some really great EDM together.
There we go.
Oh, damn. The $3,000 a month of Mollycast. Yes. A bong rip. Sorry, there are many hilarious drug-related comments in our chat currently. Somebody suggested for $3,000 a month is the Mollycast. Josh suggests $2,000 a month for me to do a bong rip.
Yes. But it has to be in your office.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the University of Chicago, and technically this building is part of the Biological Sciences Division, so it would probably not be the first bong hit ripped in it. Because, I mean, if we're being honest, scientists like to get fucked up.
I'm glad that this is not a job you're planning on keeping for a whole lot longer.
I'm just saying, scientists are fiends for the dope.
That is true for some of them, yes.
I mean, it's not true for our old boss, but he has a medical condition that kind of precludes that. But a lot of them are just like, oh, yeah, all these great ideas I had, I was high out of my fucking gourd. The guy who basically ushered in the 1990s biotech revolution was like, yeah, also he's like a fucking stoner dude. He's like, yeah, like, I came up with polymerase chain reaction, taking some gnarly LSD. And also, I really wanted time to go out and surf while my chemical reactions were running.
So I just made a machine that will do that for me, and I can stick it in and go surf for a few hours and come back. I don't have good ideas when I'm allegedly on certain substances. I just want to eat cookies and go to sleep. I mean, that's...
I was going to say, isn't that your baseline state? Like,
yeah,
right?
You're right. You're right. I should have... I want to do more. No, that's still not descriptive, because I want to do those things a lot already.
I was going to say, yeah. I remember my first year of grad school telling someone, I just want to eat cookies and shop on the internet.
My thing was usually like, I just want to go home and eat cookies and not care about things.
Yes, yeah.
Was my default.
That I was asked this past weekend if I had ever seen an episode of The Bachelorette, and I'm like, no, but I did watch a bunch of The Bachelor during grad school interviews, because it's such a fucking harrowing process, like, or not during, after, like where you have to be like, so you go to this grad school, they fly you out and they wine and they dine you, and you have to be on the whole fucking time. You're like, I'm so smart, I'm the smartest person ever, and let me into your grad school program. I'm brilliant and I'm not at all crazy. I'm very normal.
It's hard for you to try to make pass. Everybody.
Well, or at least
you're watching this knows that's
an impossibility. Yeah,
you're not crazy.
Yeah. Oh well, or I mean, if you're gonna be revealed as a crazy person, at least make it the funny haha crazy, not the murder crazy. So like, and you're constantly like, you have your spiel that you give about your research and shit, and you're like telling it to everyone, and the emotional stakes are so high because you're meeting all these cool people, but they're also your competitors. And so like, if you get a spot in the program, there's a possibility that one of these people you kind of made friends with won't, and you're just like, oh, fucking worked up. And so when I got home from this, like from these experiences, I would be exhausted, and I'm like, I can't be smart anymore. I need something to get all the smart things out of my fucking brain. And I'm like, oh, reality TV. So
that would be a good solution for that.
I would come home and I would binge watch The Bachelor. I'm like, oh yes, I can feel it leaching the intelligence out of me. Ah, thank God.
That wouldn't have been my reality TV of choice, but you know, to each their own.
You're more of a MILF Island person?
Yes, obviously. The only reality TV type thing that I ever watched was So You Think You Can Dance.
Ooh.
The first few seasons. Because it was people who could actually dance. It wasn't like failed actors that aren't doing anything else. So
yeah, Dancing with the Stars, there's like either like the failed actors or athletes or things like that, or then you have the like people who have been near professional level dancers, just not in ballroom. And I'm like, I don't think that really, like when they had the main chick from the Pussycat Dolls, I'm like, she dances.
Yeah, that's kind of her thing. She was a dancer. Well, what's his name?
Just not a ballroom dancer.
What's his name who played Carlton on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Like, he's a fucking dancer. Like, that's what he does. He's like, he danced with Michael Jackson, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he did. Like, he was a backup dancer for him or something. Like, he dances. So
yeah, it's one of those like, just because somebody is not a ballroom dancer does not mean they are, you know, a fucking amateur.
Yeah, they still know things.
Yeah.
And stuff. And are probably better at those things and stuff than the failed soap opera star.
Or Rick
Is that
Perry.
redundant? Is that redundant to say failed soap opera star?
I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar was a soap opera star.
So was Jensen Ackles. So.
I don't even know who that is.
The blonde guy from Supernatural that's not the guy that was in Gilmore Girls.
I've never seen an episode of Supernatural. I hear it's excellent wank fodder.
Yeah. It's if you like some incest / fiction,
and
go read fan fiction sections about that show because people like to talk about the brothers.
I have heard about some Winchester sibling cest, but we'll get into that later.
Okay then.
So yeah, that's our only piece of actual business. We're gonna get drunk with you guys on Sunday. Someday. Do you want to just dive into these Dork Pride Worldwide suggestions?
Sure.
All right.
Should we start with the worst one, which is the one on the top of the list?
Yeah.
Apparently they're going forward with that whole Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Is it going to be live action? Is it going to be like Sonic but with a man dick?
It's going to be awful no matter what they do.
But what if it's like Sonic furry-ishness? You know, people would be just churning hog over tails. Furries are obsessed with foxes.
Yeah. I
think I saw the question was, why is there a new Sonic the Hedgehog movie? And the answer to that is because there's no God and we live in a cruel universe. That's why.
Because people just don't give a shit. They're just going to make whatever.
I mean, this honestly sounds like one of those things that people do to hold on to the rights to something.
Well, and that's like that. I think that's what happened. Was it was in the works from someone, and then they let the rights lapse, and then somebody else picked it up. So we can maybe hope that it still won't happen. But it will be a combination of live action and CGI animation.
So man dicks is what I'm hearing. It's going to be like a person in a Sonic suit with a man dick hanging out.
Oh, God. I fucking hate Sonic so much. It's the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, I was never a Sega girl anyway, so.
It's something about the fact that he talks I don't like, which is a weird thing. But, like, if you think about it, most, like, protagonists of a video game, especially that sort of, they don't, like, other people talk to them, but, like, Mario never talks.
It's me!
Yeah. Link never talks. Like, other people talk to them, but they don't, but Sonic fucking won't shut up.
Ugh, I don't like that at all. Although, so now we know what Mario looks like shirtless.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What? That was a weird segue. What?
I was just saying, in terms of things we normally don't see video characters doing, Mario shirtless on the beach from the latest incarnation of him in Nintendo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's...
I saw somebody did an awesome job of photoshopping him into that pic from The Witcher, where the guy's in the bathtub, and then they put shirtless Mario in there.
Oh, that's hot.
Right? So hot.
Yeah.
Oh man, maybe our next show should be Video Game, the movie.
Yes.
That would be a lot of fun. Oh yeah, it would be good. I know enough about video games because you guys won't shut the fuck up about them. So, like, I think I've got enough material to work with.
I like that we each have a thing that, like, we're not really into, and it's different for all of us.
Mm-hmm. You don't like the Stars War. What does Blythe not like?
Blythe doesn't do role-playing games.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm always.
I don't really do comic books, and you don't do video games.
I do not not unless they were made before 1995.
Right, but those topics are covered well by the other two. So.
Indeed. Yeah. No, I like that quite a bit. I also don't do Doctor Who. Don't at me.
They know.
Both Rule 34 and Rule 36. Wait, Rule 36? I'm familiar with Rule 63. I don't know if I'm familiar with Rule 36. These are things getting brought up in the chat. Rule 34, obviously, if it exists, there's porn of it. Rule 63 is the gender reverse rule. Like, if it exists, there's like a gender flipped version of it. I don't know about Rule 36.
Rule 36 is a request for admission with the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure.
Oh, well, there we go.
So...
ain't nothing civil about my procedure.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know, right?
You tried too hard there.
I did. I tried too hard.
You've got to fail sometimes.
And they can't all be winners.
No, just because 99% of them are. There you guys, you witnessed it first. Rissy had a joke that was just okay.
So yeah, Sonic movie, now that we've hit the low point of the Emoji movie, I don't know if anything could be worse.
Why you gotta, like, say that? That's just asking for worse things to happen.
Hey, you know what? If it's truly that bad, then it'll, like, rip open a hole in the fabric of reality, and maybe we can get out of this horrible fucking simulation and into a different timeline.
This is the darkest timeline.
It is, yeah. The fucking worst. The worst.
Yes.
Like... And how do we know that? Because the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is being made.
Yes. But you know what's the best? Baby elephants.
Baby elephants are the best. Oh, that was a topic that got brought up in the thing.
Yep.
Showgirls 2? That was a thing? What? John Latch? In the chat? Showgirls 2, this time it's personal?
Electric Stripaloo? No.
Stripaloo?
That's terrible. That was worse than yours.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Showgirls 2, you say? So, I'm assuming not directed by Paul Verhoeven. Yeah, Yui Boll, is that how you say his horrible name? Anyway.
Something like that. Or Usain Bolt, I think that's
Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt, director of such masterpieces as Blood Rain, spelled Y. And an N-E.
Yes, that is...
more video game movies. You know, it's funny, but I think we could make a pretty strong case that the best video game movie is still Mortal Kombat. Fight me. Bring me your suggestions, because coming up, Snake Eyes for anything else, and that came out in, what, 1994?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, not that it was great, although it was awesome. At least to 13-year-old me.
Yeah, I mean...
It has begun! I still say that every time something in my life starts.
every time Rissy gets her period.
It has begun. Well, shit, that'd be pretty monumental at this point since my hormonal birth control makes it so that I don't have a period. It's been almost a decade.
But the last time you had one.
It has begun.
Exactly.
Flawless victory. All right, I love that movie. Fucking love that movie. Yeah, I'm not gonna even try and hide it. It's not. Oh, okay. So the Mario Brothers movie, sure, it is a movie. I don't think it is quite as good as Mortal Kombat. It is a great bad movie. This is true. Mortal Kombat is like a mediocre regular movie, but a pretty great terrible movie. Mario Brothers is a bit too boring, actually, to truly ascend the heights. Don't get me wrong. I love the Mario Brothers movie so much. I wrote it in, my clone, Luna Teague, wrote it into her erotica series, Time Bangers. I really fucking love the Mario Brothers movie. But in terms of quality, I think Mortal Kombat still reigns supreme. And it's...
There you go.
Old.
Yeah, 95. So you were right. You said 94, and that's close enough.
Okay, so technically Ninja Turtles had a video game, an amazing game that I put way too many quarters in the arcade. Leonardo could just lay fucking waste in that game. Oh, God. So awesome.
Yeah, but I think to play this game, it has to be a movie that's based on something that was just, like, not a thing that was made into a movie and also into a video game.
Right.
Like, it had to have come
from... I think the movie had very little to do with the video game. Whereas like Super Mario Brothers was not like a series of comic books by Eastman and Laird in a grim, gritty, cool style from the 80s before it was a movie. I mean, that'd be pretty cool if it was.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Like, because I'm trying to think of... Because there were Resident Evil movies. I never saw any of those.
Blood Rain.
There was the Tomb Raider.
Right. Oh, God. Yeah, I saw the first Tomb Raider, and it was basically like an hour-and-a-half long music video. You got to see part of Angelina Jolie's ass. That was probably everyone's favorite part. Otherwise, it was just action, running. All the statues come to life. Oh, it's a good thing Blythe's not here.
Didn't they? Yeah, and I feel like the movies that they made from video games have all been based on like scarier video. Like there was
a Silent Hill.
A Silent Hill, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There was a Silent Hill. There was, the
World of Warcraft movie was terrible.
Yeah. Oh, there's other scary ones that I'm not thinking of any right now. Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within. That is a truly terrible movie, and not in a fun, terrible way. More like in an Alec Baldwin? What are you doing in this?
That's a thing that...
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing that... Okay.
Yeah. The female lead in it actually was in one of the lad mags that were popular in the early aughts. They put her in, like, Maxim or something along those lines, and they fucking airbrushed her. Like, she's a fucking video game character, dudes. Apparently... her skin looked too human.
That's the dumbest thing. Oh, that's real dumb.
The early aughts. Truly a horrible time.
Yeah.
The early aughts also gave us, lest we forget, the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, I had forgotten about that.
Oh, man, I'll never forget. I'll never forget that wonderful moment where Damodar throws Snails' corpse off the tower and they play like the big heroic theme. It would basically be like if when Gandalf died, all the trumpets come in with like
that seems appropriate.
Oh God, that movie was such shit. Like is there a riff tracks of it? Because if so, if not, like that needs to happen. That movie was hot garbage.
I have blocked most of it from my memory. I just remember being very disappointed because I wanted it to be good. Although I'd gone into it knowing that it would not be good.
right? Oh, okay. So the Dungeons and Dragons morning cartoon show is like head and shoulders, if not entire body, above the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yes.
And I know they made several D&D movies. They also made more than one Mortal Kombat movie, but I think they were like so bad as to be unwatchable, indescribable, so I don't really even count those.
Yes.
Also, weren't they mostly direct to video? Those don't count.
Probably. And I know we've talked about the D&D movie before. I just keep forgetting about it.
It's so bad.
It's that forgettable.
It's that traumatic that every time your brain is like, no, reset.
And then it's like, I don't think that's the thing that happened. We're going to pretend it didn't again.
I made that up when I was high. That's not reality.
Well, it's because I don't remember anything about the story that it makes it easy to forget that it exists, because there's no...
Yeah, there's next to no story.
Half-remembered plot in my head.
I mean, Jeremy Irons is amazing.
Well, that's because he's Jeremy Irons.
He's flailing his arms around. It's such a blast. I hope he got really well paid for that. $3,000 Patreon goal. Rissy does ketamine while watching the D&D movie. All right, I'm into it.
That could be fun.
Oh God, that would be a blast.
Yes, it would. So one of the suggestions that I wanted to talk about was asking about our top 5 ships.
Oh no, and by that I assume we don't mean like tall seafaring ships like the Royal Oak.
That'd be boring.
Right.
I don't have...
The good ship Heart of Gold from the Hitchhiker's Guide, the Improbability Drive. We're not talking about those ships.
Nope.
What kind of ships are we talking about?
The relation kinds.
Well, all right. So yeah, we had somebody request our top 5. Amanda, I'm going to let you lead this one.
So I have a question, like, do these have to be pairings that aren't currently occurring in the universe where the people exist? Or
is there like is there a ship court like that can adjudicate this for us?
I think it can just be pairing, and it can be even if the people have actually paired up on their whatevers.
Right.
So my top one, well, I don't know if it'd be my top one, but the first one that I can think of would be Jake the dog and Lady Rainicorn from Adventure Time. I really like them as a couple because they're very cute.
I enjoy listening to her talk Korean.
Yes. I have found places where it will like give the translations of everything she said for the different episodes. But I read those well after the fact because I like to not understand. It just, yeah. But I like them.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Now how about a shameful one?
A shameful one.
Well, I mean, it's top 5, and what is shipping if not deeply shameful?
I mean, sure.
Come on.
Why don't you give a normal one first? And
I don't have any normal ships. Most of my ships are like me and Faramir. That's who I ship.
Oh, wait, can it be me with somebody? Because I could probably come up with lots of shameful ones there. Probably one of my earliest ships, this is very shameful, was me and Rhett Butler.
Oh, damn. Wow, that tops me and Captain Planet for weirds. Like,
yeah, it was... Yeah. I think about that now, and it's just like, that's...
Kids are dumb. They don't know any better.
Yeah.
I may have shipped myself with Christopher Lambert's Raiden in the Mortal Kombat movie. I'm not proud of that. I was 13. Go fuck yourselves.
I mean, I'm sure that I shipped... Well, and I've talked about this before. I'm sure that I shipped. I know that I did. Myself with Jareth the Goblin King. I've mentioned that before, being hot for David Bowie.
So hot for Bowie.
Yes.
But I guess we should probably stick to the rules and talk about fictional characters. But let's see, like the closest thing to a normal ship that I would have. Lita Alexander and Garibaldi from Babylon 5. I always thought they should have been a couple instead of the shitty, awful boyfriend she ended up with in season 5. I shipped the hell out of them.
Okay.
Yeah, for those of you who have seen the series, agree, not disagree? Like, I mean, I love Sheridan and Delenn. I think they are a couple for the ages. Their romance felt organic and genuine. I think part of that is like the deep affection the actors clearly have for each other. That really shines through like in their scenes. But yeah, Lita and Garibaldi in terms of like a ship that never actually happened. It seemed sort of like they were heading that way with the show, and then maybe it didn't for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be a red herring. But yeah, I always thought they would have made a great couple.
I've not seen the show, so I can have no comment on this because I still have not watched it.
Oh, so JC in the chat, or no, Adam in the chat, David Wenham's Faramir or Tolkien's? Okay, so David Wenham is fine for looks, but not the version as created by Peter Jackson, because he totally ruined Faramir. The whole point of the fucking character of Faramir is not to be like Boromir, is to be the brother that does not get seduced by the temptation of the motherfucking ring. That is the entire point. Ah!
It's true.
Yeah, that's, I mean, he's so hot. Like, he's so hot. Oh, man, he's like that lawful good guy who totally gets you. Like, he gets that, like, you're all kind of fucked up and you've been through some shit, and he loves you. He loves you for that reason. Like, he loves you not in spite of your fucked upness, but because of it. God, Faramir.
Ooh.
Yeah?
I just thought of one.
Go on.
So, any of you who are familiar with Robin Hobb, the author?
Yeah, with the dragons and shit.
Yeah, she tends to write trilogies, and they're all sort of interconnected. But the main one is the Assassin's Apprentice, I think, is one of the first ones. But it's this guy, Fitz Chivalry Farseer. He's the king's bastard.
That's an amazing name. I love him already.
Everybody is named, like, the names of royalty, they tend to be given attributes as names. So his father was chivalry. So he is Fitz Chivalry. Fitz Chivalry being the bastard. So there's him, and then there's the fool in the books. And the fool was clearly in love with Fitz Chivalry, but Fitz was very straight. But I really wanted them together because I shipped them hard, and that never happened. Not really, not romantically, not boning. So there you go. That's.
I actually shipped like Aragorn and Eowyn so hard until Faramir shows up, and then I'm like, nope, fuck you, Aragorn. Like, you're out. You go on and fuck Arwen. That's great and all. Like, but whatever. Faramir.
Yeah, you two go be fucked up together.
I mean, they're great. They're great. I love their story. In the appendices, as it was originally released, I didn't mind including any of that content in the movies, although I was still sad. I know why Peter Jackson did it, but I'm like, if we can't have Tom Bombadil, at least give us Glorfindel. In The Martian, when they make a reference to Glorfindel, I may have orgasmed in the movie.
I believe that happened.
Because I've been waiting 30 fucking years for Glorfindel to make an appearance in a movie.
Just hearing the name was enough.
Yes, hearing the name. Yeah, I was like, oh god. Oh god, Glorfindel is such a fucking badass. If you read the Book of Lost Tales 1 and 2, which are effectively like some of the rough drafts and notes that the Silmarillion was eventually compiled from by Tolkien's shitty son Christopher and Christopher Tolkien's shitty friend Guy Gabriel Kay. Fuck you both! You get to know a lot more about Glorfindel being a total raging badass. So cool. So cool.
There you go.
Yes, Adam, I agree that the Lord of the Rings scripting was in general great. Yes. You know, like aside from just a couple of inexplicable fucking changes, like Faramir, what the fuck? I'm pretty sure Peter Jackson actually admitted in an interview, was like, yeah, maybe that wasn't a good choice. I'm trying to think of what Lord of the Rings, were there any other weird ass changes that they put in?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I had big issues with The Hobbit. Obviously.
Oh yeah. I was
That's
like
a completely separate thing, but Lord of the Rings I really enjoyed.
Yeah,
just
so
overall.
good. So good.
Yeah.
So
good. So good.
But I think it was mostly just Faramir. Like, in terms of like, what are you fucking doing, Peter Jackson? I mean, he almost made Aragorn and Sauron fight, like, physically. And Sauron would have been in his form as Anatar, the Lord of Gifts, in which he appeared during the Second Age of Mankind, and the form in which he was captured and brought back to Numenor, successfully corrupted the Numenorian king and many of his people, and led to the Numenorians attacking the Blessed Isle of Valinor, and then Numenor getting sunk into the sea forever.
I was totally just going to say exactly that.
Except you were rubbing one out while I was saying that.
I totally was. You know me so well.
All right, so what another of your ships?
No, it's your turn.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. Actual ships. Okay. Because, I mean, most of the sexual fantasizing I did was, again, mostly like, I would like to fuck all the people in this book.
Yeah, generally.
Or I generally was okay with, like, the romantic pairings as shown.
Right.
What is the name of the bitch in the Belgarian/Malorian Mandaralan's girl who's married to another dude for the first part, and they can't be together, and then they get to be together? I shipped them like so hard. I love Mandaralan. Mandaralan, I love you. So knightly, so stupid. I love you. Can't remember her name. Did it start with an N? Something like that? Like, it's been a long time since I read those books.
Yeah. It has been. It's been a while since I've read those as well. I can't. I know you're talking about, but
right? Yeah. She's married to like an older noble dude, and like he is totally okay with them being in love, and so all three of them are just like, we are caught in this tragic love triangle, because like I guess divorce is not an option in this kingdom, and then the old guy dies and they can finally be together, but they're both so consumed with guilt that they just don't get around to doing it for a while, and then they finally do. But I'm just like, oh, I ship you two both so hard. You know, I gotta say, for all the problematic content of his books, David Eddings' version of the kind of Battle of the Sexes kind of thing, way lighter in tone than Robert Jordan's creepy shit.
Well, yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't so gross.
No, it was like,
but not like.
It was playful, like genuinely like teasing in the spirit of fun.
Not like, let's get all the female characters naked and have them get spanked.
Constantly.
All the time.
All the time.
That's how they get punished, because that's what happens to bad little girls.
That's what happens to bad Aes Sedai who don't properly accept men as their overlords. Because then there's the thing where all the of Rand's Ashaman and his like base camp start capturing Aes Sedai and like border bonding them, and they all fall in love, and they're like, he was in control in the bedroom. It was so different and so hot. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Like, those women didn't have sex all the time.
Right?
I mean, come on.
You know they were like banging their regular warders like 100% of the time. Lucky Green Ajah bitches is all I can say, man.
Fuck yeah.
Oh God, at least 2 orders for me, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Indeed.
So Amanda, basically you and I are both saying we would have been Green Ajah Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
I think we would have gotten along famously if we were Aes Sedai together. Oh man, now I'm shipping us as like Aes Sedai besties.
Yes. With like just a harem of warders around us.
Oh God, this is fucking paradise.
I like this idea.
All right, this is so great. Best ship ever.
Yeah. I totally shipped Rand with nobody.
Yeah, I know, right?
Can that be a thing? Can you anti-ship?
Yes.
Can I want him to be alone and miserable because he was a horrible person?
Fucking hated him. Hated Rand. And the thing with his harem of gorgeous women who are all okay with each other, like, the thing is, okay, I would have bought it if it was just Elaine and Avienda, because they're very close, and they're close in a way that kind of transcends jealousy.
The whole like sister wives sort of thing, like I could
have totally bought that they both love Rand. Yeah, I'm like, where the fuck is, and also Rand really isn't into her. She basically forces herself on him.
Well, because it's like, well, it was prophesied, so
okay, I guess I have to bone you. But she's like, at first she mentions like his kisses are brotherly and like sweet, but like mother's milk, and I'm like, what? Ew. That's 2 creepy layers of incest. 2, count them.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I guess at least she didn't say it was like brother's milk.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah, I like the idea of anti-ships. So yeah, I ship Rand al'Thor with a guillotine that cuts off his dick.
I like this. What other anti-ships do we have?
Anti-ships. Oh man, people,
I shipped Buffy with just a nice boy who was
God, wouldn't that be great?
Or a vampire.
Or Xander.
Oh God, no, not I
Xander.
wanted her with Oz.
Oh yeah, that would have been great. Like she could have,
because I loved Oz so much.
I know, right?
It was like I really liked him with Willow, but I understand. Like, yeah, but I liked him as a character and him as a like boyfriend type. But I feel like that's like he would have been a good match. I mean, yes, it was her best friend's ex, so there's some weird murkiness there, but I like the idea of the two of them.
Despite how everything fell apart, I still kind of ship Xander and Cordelia.
Yeah.
He was a total asshole, and I completely support her decision to stay broken up with him, but they were a pretty great couple for a while there. Stupid Xander ruining everything.
Yes.
Also stupid Willow, but mostly stupid Xander.
He was just stupid a lot more often.
Yeah. Yeah. But he bought her that dress, like when she was too poor.
No.
Oh, so sweet. So yeah, I still kind of ship them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Dawn with the dancing demon. It would have been by far the best thing to happen to Dawn after the end of season 5, right? Like,
yeah. Adam says that I have a Seth Green fetish. I might.
You like him ginger?
I like him, and he's ginger, so generally not, because gingers make me think of my brother, which is not a sexy thing.
Unless you're Min.
Nope. I'm not, though. I'm me, and I'm not into that. But Seth Green is just especially the Oz character, was just like kind of he was so clever and so just, yeah.
And chill.
And chill, yeah.
Another
he knew
guy
what was going on, the whole supernatural thing. I mean, obviously he's a fucking werewolf, so he gets it. So, anyway. Yeah.
So that's at least 5 ships that we've discussed.
Yes.
In addition to many embarrassing celebrity crushes.
Yes, apparently that's where this went. Anyway.
Yeah.
Does anybody know where Wayne Wall's lost keys are? That was something he wanted us to mention.
Did you steal them?
Give them back. He needs those.
They're very important.
Have you watched Star Trek Discovery yet?
I haven't yet. I haven't had any fucking time. I recently completed putting all of my shit with a lot of help, in a trailer, and it is currently somewhere in Edmonton right now, I think. So yeah, it's off to Canada. I will be following it in 2.5 months, basically. But yeah, and since then, so I moved into my new sublet, which I will be in for the next, 2.5 months, which is fully furnished. And yeah, I've had not a single moment to spare for TV watching.
That's so sad.
It is. There have been a couple times where I'm like, maybe I could watch
Yeah.
Oh man. So here's a fun, embarrassing story of things that happened in my week.
Okay.
This is called Rissy is an absent-minded parent.
Okay, the parent part is new. The rest of it I feel like we've heard before, but go on. This is a new twist.
So I'm moving from the Airbnb that I've been staying in, which was magical. So I've been staying in this Airbnb in an incredibly trendy, cool part of Chicago, which was great for the last week. And so I finally have to move. And so I basically moved all of my remaining belongings, which is like a giant plastic tub full of cat-related stuff. And just some necessities like podcasting supplies and whatnot. Then I had like a giant fucking zip up bag with all the clothes that I'm going to be wearing for the next 2.5 months. I did a capsule wardrobe, you guys. You should totally Google it. Capsule wardrobes are awesome. I can explain more in depth later if you like. Capsule wardrobe.
Go on. Keep talking.
And so like I had a bunch of like fairly heavy objects that I was having to like call up an Uber, get all my things into the Uber, and then transport. And of course I have Kitty. So something about my Kitty, if you're new to the podcast, you may not know, my cat was born feral. She was born in a feral cat colony and adopted out. I think she was taken away from her mother too early because she has some really weird behaviors that apparently are like an attempt to replicate that. Like she gnaws on things, and that's a symptom of like was weaned too early.
It's very Freudian of you. I
know, right? I have a Freudian goddamn cat. So she does not like being contained or confined in any way. So, I mean, most cats hate their kitty carriers. Not all cats will batter their faces bloody trying to burst out of their carriers.
She will like actively fight against that. I know.
Yeah, like she's beat up her poor adorable little face. And so got her a soft kitty carrier, right? Problem solved. She can, ram her head into it as much as possible, and all that will result is
you got your kitty a padded room.
I did, which she desperately needed, my poor baby. It's Sunday night. I'm moving all of my shit over to the new apartment, but it's not completely prepared yet. So I was just going to leave all my stuff and Kitty there so she could get used to it, and then go back to the Airbnb because I still had paid for one last night because you get a weekly discount in most places, BT dubs. And I didn't want to give up that sweet, sweet weekly discount. So put the cat in her carrier. I've got all my stuff on the corner. I'm waiting for my Uber. And then what happens? I notice the carrier is rocking back and forth. And she does this sometimes because it's soft. Like she'll get it, like she almost made it roll off the bed once, except for this time something is different. And what is different? Her head is sticking out of it. She had managed to claw a hole
Jesus.
in her carrier, and her little head is like
fucking determined.
Yeah, she really is. Her hatred of confinement is pretty fucking legendary. So like, oh fuck. So then when my Uber arrives, I have to basically rodeo her while I'm getting all of my stuff into the fucking Uber. And then the whole time I'm riding over to my new sublet, it's basically like her head comes out, I stuff her head back in. Her head comes out, I stuff it back in. Like, at least because she's so traumatized, she's not biting me. So there was that. I'm just like, nope, you stay in. Nope, go in there. Your evil head needs to stay in your fucking carrier, kitty. And then I had to repeat the entire process once we got out. Like, I had to move all my stuff into the apartment and then move it all upstairs because I'm on the 5th floor now and shit, and dealing with her crazy cat ass and desperately afraid that she was going to like escape and then run off into the night and then decimate the local wildlife population. So I succeeded in cat wrangling and moving in, except for one rather salient detail. I left my purse in the Uber.
Oh, that's not good.
That's a very not good thing. I had my phone on me, so I didn't lose that, but I did lose my purse. So I call up the Uber dude, and he's like, yeah, that was my last ride for the evening. I'm going home, and I'm going to class tomorrow. I'll be there at 8 a.m. If you want to meet me there, that's fine. And I'm like, where do you go to school? And he lists this place that's basically like, so I live in the south side of Chicago in Hyde Park. He's talking about, basically he goes to school out by O'Hare, the airport, which is like an hour. Like
I'm going to guess not.
Yeah. It's a full hour's drive away. And I'm like, okay.
And you don't have a car.
I don't. So I literally
fun.
had to call an Uber to get my purse back from the other Uber driver.
Aw.
Yeah, that was a long, miserable thing that happened. So yeah, I'm a very absent-minded parent. I'm like, oh, my kid, ah, and I just forgot everything else that was going on. My stupid furry kid who eats mice
And moths.
Yes, and moths and spiders
And spiders.
and flies.
Anything that moves that is
Generally,
smaller than her.
I quite frankly should have named her Shelob. But yeah, so that's my fun story of being a fucking idiot.
There you go. Yeah.
So that's my I lost a thing. So Wayne, maybe your keys are in an Uber somewhere?
Hopefully not, because you may have to drive to northern Chicago to get them back.
Right. Yeah. Which northwestern Chicago, which like, what the fuck, man? Ugh. That was a long way away. And I was very tired. It was very early in the morning, and I'm just like, I hate everything.
Yes, 8 o'clock is very early in the morning. I'm certainly never awake. That's when my first alarm goes off that I immediately turn off and ignore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we're scientists. We don't have to get up early.
Yeah. Oh, God, I missed that, like, when I was a bench scientist.
Yes.
God, I missed that so much, where it's like, sure, I'll come in at 11. I mean, I'll be leaving at 3 in the morning. What does it matter?
Right. I had someone yesterday, they're like, because I'd asked, oh, when you do this thing, I'd like to watch. And she told me, she's like, yeah, I'll probably be doing it this morning. Like, probably around 10. And I was like, I'll try, but I didn't make it.
Yeah.
Over 10.
Yeah. It's like, I mean,
I'm a responsible adult.
That's the glory of being a scientist, though. People accept the fact that you may have a weird natural schedule. Like for me, I go to bed at 3 a.m. and wake up at 11 every morning, like if I could.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. It was at least 2:30 last night before I.
Yeah, like that is the dream, yo. Like fuck this 9-to-5 shit. Oh, well, speaking of circadian rhythms, the Nobel Prize was shared by 3 people who parsed out the genetic basis of circadian rhythms using the fruit fly.
Indeed, I know.
Suck it, Sarah Palin. You saying that it's ridiculous that any government funding would go to fruit fly research? Eat every dick in the bag.
She probably does.
That bitch don't know about Pangea.
Yeah, one of those guys was he was a student of Larry Sandler, which won't mean much to anything but Rissy.
Right, but yeah, Larry
Sandler. He also worked on C3G.
What?
Also, will not mean anything to anybody. Rissy,
yeah.
But
unless we.
This isn't for you. This is for us.
Us, yeah. We're like Aes Sedai of fruit flies. Fruit fly Aes Sedai. I'm in the fly-a-jaw. Not just because J-Lo is there. Oh, we're old people. But yeah, I mean, if anybody out there wants to learn about fruit fly meiosis, like Amanda and I could lay down some shit. Like,
indeed.
One day, Amanda, people will recognize the importance of meiosis, and especially fruit fly meiosis. One of these goddamn days. Meiosis is the what the fuck is that fat old guy who was a comedian and don't get no respect? I don't remember his name, but
Rodney Dangerfield?
Yes, meiosis is the Rodney Dangerfield of the science world. It don't get no respect.
That's true. Let's see.
Alec and April, glad you caught my Lil Dicky reference. I really want a t-shirt that says, this bitch don't know about Pangea.
I did not get that reference, so...
There's a rapper named Lil Dicky. He has an amazing kind of stream of consciousness rap where he's enjoying some pillow talk. The song is called Pillow Talkin', with a woman post-coitally, and she reveals herself to be a complete idiot, and it's fucking hilarious. Also, his brain shows up in the video. It's his CGI brain, and
are you sure it's not his real brain?
I mean, one never knows, truly. But yeah, it's his brain at one point is like, this bitch don't know about Pangea. And the part with the wolves where he's like, he's trying to explain, you know, how important it is that humanity has exerted dominance over animal species. Is like, bitch, if there were wolves, they would eat your pussy and your titties and your face and shit. And then there's like actual wolves that say that.
All right, that's a new tab that's getting opened up. I need to just start making a list of
the t-shirt. Brain gotta poop. Don't forget about the brain. Yes, yeah, brain gotta poop, man. Them brain dumps. Do you fuck with the war? All this, Amanda, and more will be yours. I guess we should try to...
The low price of finishing the podcast and looking at all these newly open tabs that I have.
Right. Oh, like, okay, let's see. All we have left to talk about are LARPing and the Broken Earth books. Amanda, have you LARPed?
No.
I've LARPed once.
I mean... Like, does sex roleplay count? Probably not.
Yes, it totally does. Now you have to tell us about it.
I was a vampire, and we did have to roll before we did anything, so maybe that's LARPing.
That is totally LARPing. How's that not LARPing? Although,
that didn't really happen.
Oh, I mean, the rolling should have been a dead giveaway because everybody knows if you're vampire LARPing, you paper, rock, scissors, that shit. I obfuscate!
Exactly. That was the point I was trying to make.
Obfuscate my dick up your ass.
Yeah, no, I've never LARPed.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did LARP with you, Josh. That was
the thing that you filmed.
Yeah,
way back.
We did film it. Yeah, back in the day. I don't remember that shit like very much at all.
That was pre-Amanda.
It was. Damsels. We don't talk about that time. That was the dark time. The before
that was the dark time. Yes, and before I brought light into the world.
It's true.
Or something stupid like that is what I tell myself when I cry. No. Yeah, no, I've never LARPed, but I probably would if the situation presented itself and I wasn't trying to impress anybody around, I guess.
I think now I would do a vampire LARP. I would totally do it. Oh, but only if there were no like physical combat. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to be like, I'm a vampire.
Yeah. No, yeah. But yes.
I LARPed, I played a wizard it was held in an underground series of caves that had been made into a paintball facility, which was pretty cool. That would
kind of be the perfect place for it.
Right? But there were like 8 million people there, and we didn't do very much. Like, I had like balls of duct tape that were like my spell balls, and I didn't have very many spells because I was
How many could you fit in your mouth?
Oh, all of them.
Okay. Good.
I mean, duct tape is way squishier than my fist.
That's true. And you can fit both of those in your mouth.
In my mouth, yeah. Well, okay, like I can fit one in there sober. I have to be drunk to do both.
You don't have to be that drunk.
Not that drunk, true. Okay.
Come watch us on Sunday. And
yes, and we'll see. I don't know if that would be that's nearly alcohol poisoning level for me.
We've promised it, and now you're committed to sticking a fist,
I'll stiff this fist somewhere.
Yes, your mouth. That's
yes,
what we just
my mouth.
Yep.
My mouth.
Yes.
Oh Lord. But yeah, so it was all right. I remember my friends and I, like at one point we were like sitting down at our campfire, and so we sang a rousing chorus of "I fell into a burning ring of zombies."
Okay.
Yeah, because there were zombies and we'd set them on fire at one point.
Sure. Makes sense.
I think I was an elf of some kind. I had like a green fake leather vest that I was wearing and like a kind of hippie style skirt. Couldn't get my ears to stay on though.
That was just part of your normal wardrobe. Though,
Maybe.
Right? Yeah, I know it was.
I mean, it was the early aughts, which means it was the tail end of the 90s, which means vests.
Yes, all the vests.
All the vests. So many vests.
I still have a vest. I haven't worn it in years, but I've kept it.
I have a couple of cool ass vests. We should wear vests.
Okay. On Sunday, we're gonna wear vests.
Sunday, vests on Sunday. Somebody better tell Blythe.
Okay. I'm writing that into the show notes in giant letters right at the top.
Vests.
Vests.
And nothing
on
else.
Sunday, we promised. There. Okay. Vests. And nothing else.
Nothing else.
Which is why you should become a patron.
Right.
Because that's the only way you'll get to see the video.
Oh.
Of us in our vests. Okay. Anyway.
And then lastly, the Broken Earth books. So I've read the first one by N.K. Jemisin, the 5th season. It is fucking amazing. Everyone should read it. It's, well, God, probably no one will get the second half of this reference, but it's like if the X-Men and Toni Morrison's Beloved had a baby, it's really fucking good.
That actually has me sold.
Excellent!
That is now a new tab that I have open, and yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. It feels like a classic kind of epic fantasy, but at the same time, it like breaks so many like tropes and just turns everything upside down. Oh, it's so much fun, and just not exactly the happiest book.
No.
Hence the Toni Morrison's Beloved comparison.
Well, right. I mean, like that, I got that. I understood that to mean that was not going to be, yeah.
But it's great. I really can't wait to read the second and the third one. The writing is fantastic. So I'd heard Jemison's like previous trilogy, I think it was a trilogy, the 100,000 Kingdoms, was kind of mediocre. It was okay, but not great. And clearly she did a lot of growing as an author. Because yeah, like the 5th season definitely deserved that Hugo. Like it's really, really good.
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm super stoked about reading the second and the third one. Especially the way the first book ends. It's so great. God, I wish I could spoil it, but I won't.
No. But I certainly do love me a good series. I'd much rather read a series than
a bunch of one-offs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to keep reading.
Grizz, yes. Griswold. Sad books are the best. I'm a big fan of the happy sad ending, where usually it's the main character dies, but they've made some like crucial realization of their kind of like place in the universe, and they've gained a sense of meaning and maybe some measure of inner peace, and then they die. I like that ending.
I do like the "and they die" ending.
And they die. I'm okay with a happy ending as long as it's immediately followed by a sad ending.
Yes. That's just more realistic.
Right? Well, also, like, death is the closest thing a human story has to an actual ending, so it feels more realistic. That or sailing off into the west.
Why not the east?
Frodo represent.
So speaking of role-playing.
Yes?
We did a thing yesterday.
Oh, we did!
During our role-playing.
We did do that.
Never supposed to do.
We broke the rules.
We did. We split our party.
We split the fucking party. Yep.
Like big time split. Like going to, 2 people are going to this place way over here, and the other 3 people are staying
to do some shit. Now the plan is to get the band back together.
Yes.
But in the meantime, one of our party members is a bird, and one of them is a bat riding on the bird.
Yes.
And they're going off to
I'm the bat riding on the bird.
She borrowed my character's cloak of the bat.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing. The GM was initially quite not happy that we came up with that solution, because he's like, well, you can't both fly, and the druid can only cast, polymorph on you X number of times a day, and it only lasts for an hour. I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, what about the cloak of the night? Like, because you were like, well, can I borrow your cloak of the night? And he's like, well, the bats aren't as strong of flyers as the birds. And I'm like, but the druid can change himself into a larger bird, and then the bat can hold on with his little grippy claws.
And we finally wore him down.
Yep. Yeah, he was like, I don't like this. And it's like, too bad, man.
Yes. It is his birthday today as well.
Yes, happy birthday, GM. Thanks for putting up with us.
Aw. Yeah. He has to put up with a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. No, our GM's never really made us use those rules, Adam. Somebody, Adam in the chat asks, shouldn't the Cloak of the Night have to be attuned? We've never had to do that.
Don't give him ideas.
Right. Also, we're playing 5th Ed. I don't know if 5th Ed has rules for attunement in it.
I don't think so. We didn't have to do that with, yeah, we haven't before, so.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if that's...
So yeah, we didn't just split the party in terms of, as Amanda and I were discussing at the very beginning of the podcast when people were still wandering in. It's not like we just split up like when we're in the vampire's house and we're like, let's split up the party. No, like one part of the party is both of the party's biggest spellcasters are going 6 days away from us.
I know.
And then the 2 fighters and the cleric are staying behind.
Uh-huh. So hopefully we only get into very specific scrapes while we're apart.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible. I love it. I fucking love it. It's the GM's fault though. He put us in this moral dilemma at where, like, how could we not split the party? Like,
yes, where two of the members, my character and the other woman in the group, Rissy's alter ego's co-author's alter ego. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, they both had very strong moral reasons for leaving or staying.
Hi, Marion.
And yeah, so we're splitting the party.
Yep.
So that'll be fun. We're gonna see how that goes.
Right. Yep. And then we have to save the world, or at least a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
So there's like no pressure at all. But whatevs. Splitting party is fine. It's fine. It's not like I used to sing Split Party to the tune of the Dead Bodies song back in the early aughts when I was gaming very heavily.
That does not sound like a thing that you would do.
Nope, not at all.
So, nope.
Split party, split party. Oh, fuck. We're so fucked. Oh, well. It's not like we're in Ravenloft. Oh, fuck. I've said it. Now our DM's going to put us in Ravenloft. God damn it.
Yeah. I think he's just going to kill us all and start over.
I'm surprised he hasn't done that yet. Our GM puts up with so much stuff from us, you guys. We are awful people.
We cannot stay on task to save our lives.
No, we can't. And our characters are also awful people. Maybe if not by alignment, but definitely by being utterly deranged weirdos who run away from every attempt at heroism. The GM's like, I've provided you this opportunity to do good. And we're like, run away!
Right. Wait, can we get hurt? We're going to go over here.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah. So, let's be good.
Our characters tend to react to things like normal people would, which is to say screaming and fleeing a lot.
Yes.
Literally. So one of the characters in the game has a dex of 7, and so she has a bad leg. And there have been times, like, so my character for a while was the only fighter in the group, and she's a monk.
Right, which is only, I mean, it's a fighter, but not like...
Fighter adjacent.
Yeah.
So they're...
The way that a priest is sort of a magic user-ish.
So there have been not one, but multiple occasions when our party had to scream and run away that required my character, the powerhouse of the group, to physically carry the cleric away because she can't run very fast. I should also point out the cleric is 5'11", and my character is like 5 feet.
And 3 of those feet are in her face.
In her face. She has, that's her like salient physical detail. She's like real skinny, but she has a big fat face.
Which is, I feel like the only characteristic I know about any of the characters is just that Rissy's character has a big fat face.
Yeah. I was like, what's a good physical? Because I mean, when I was like, you know, a younger woman, all of my characters were simply extensions of my wish fulfillment self. And so my female characters were like, you know, spectacularly gorgeous. All had charismas of 18 and flowing raven locks and thick sooty lashes and flashing eyes, heaving bosoms and the like. But now I'm just like, I want my character to not be attractive.
Right.
And in a specific fat-faced way.
Yes. She's also kind of dumb.
Yep. I love having an intelligence of 8.
Yes.
It's a decent wisdom score, though.
Yes, exactly. So she'll have good ideas.
And insights.
Were you there when Eric was saying something about how no, you weren't. You weren't there yet. It was before you'd gotten on last night. And he was saying that, like, it's funny the way that because your character is so kind of dumb, we tend to just ignore all of her suggestions. And he said there was at least one time when your character gave a suggestion that he was like, oh shit, that'd be a good idea. I have nothing planned for that. Oh, but it's fine because she suggested it, so they won't take her idea. And we didn't.
I wish I had been there for that.
Yes.
Oh, damn, that's awesome.
Yes.
I like to think of Marilla as being extremely intuitive, but her, like, actual, like, how would this plan be executed?
She's super socially awkward.
Yeah, really awkward.
So she's basically us.
Yes. Just with a fatter face.
Yes, just with a fatter face. Imagine Rissy and me if our faces were smushed together into one face.
One big, weird face.
Yes, because your character also has 2 bodies, and
right.
And she's very odd looking.
Yeah, she is. Oh, goodness. Do we have to read the ad? Normally Blythe does that.
No, because we don't do that every time.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
Yes. So we should go into the Dork Pride chat.
Oh, yes.
What is today's hashtag Dork Pride chat topic?
So for today's hashtag Dork Pride chat, considering all the discussions about things, geeky things from back in the day, I thought we should all examine kind of one of our first truly intimate moments in life, where you really experienced a kind of deep connection that you probably never really felt before. And you know, oftentimes, I mean, this is the sort of thing that changes you for life. And I'm talking, of course, about the first time you ever really encountered a meme and how you responded to it, like a meme that really stuck with you. So how did you lose your meme virginity is the Dork Pride chat question of today. So my meme virginity was taken by Goatsy.
That is, you really went for it.
Yeah, I jumped right in the deep end, my friends. Shortly followed by All Your Base Are Belong to Us.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Right? Yeah.
I feel like that was an early one for a lot of people.
Real early. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that big old gaping asshole.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say the hamster dance was probably one of the early ones. Yeah. That was a big one. I mean, the creepy dancing baby thing.
Oh yeah, I heard about that, but I never actually went and looked at it.
Yeah,
What was the deal? Was like you just go to a website and there's a dancing baby? Is that literally all it was?
Wasn't it from like Ally McBeal or something like that?
Well, Ally McBeal popularized it, but I think it existed before then. I think.
I mean, I never watched that show, so I don't.
Ally McBeal is one of those 90s shows like Friends that everyone loved, and I was just like, I don't give a shit. I've seen like one episode of Friends, and that's the one with the monkey that humps everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I know about Friends.
I know there was a monkey on the show. I didn't know it humped things, but that makes sense. That's what monkeys do.
Monkeys, monkeys, they hump things. Like, I know there's like Party of Five and Friends and Ally McBeal. Like, none of these are shows that I watched. Sorry, 90s people.
Oh, single tear.
Single 90s tear. It's made of velvet. It turns into a choker.
Johnny Depp's eye. I think that was 80s.
I mean, I would say that aesthetic lasted into the 90s for Johnny Depp, so it's fine. It's fine.
Yes, but I'm specifically talking about Crybaby, which I'm pretty sure was 80s.
Ah, the monkey was named Marcel. Thank you, April, in the chat. Oh, Trogdor. Thank you, Grizz.
Ooh.
Grizz, I like the cut of your jib. You seem bleak and depressed, and you know about Trogdor. So,
The
like,
Burninator.
yes. Burninating the countryside. Burninating the peasants. Burninating all the people. And the thatched roof cottages! Thatched roof cottages! That's some good shit. You know, I actually, I've made the acquaintance of Kyle the Yellow Dart Smith.
Not to name drop
or
anything. But, yeah. So, yeah. So you guys know how this work? You know how this work.
You know how it works.
Not how it works. I can't word today, apparently.
Oh, Crybaby was released in 1990. It counts.
Okay. Then, hooray.
Why do you feel older now, John Latch? How did you lose your meme virginity? Tell us. Tell us. The Trogdor text-based adventure game, was that Peasant's Quest?
It was something like that. I did play that. Yeah. And and they made a game out of the Your Head Explode. You actually played that one. That was good too. Any Homestar Runner, anything was pretty good.
Oh God, yeah. The 1920s version of the cheat, the sneak.
Yes.
That was, God, I miss Homestar Runner. Like,
I know.
Like,
so good.
So good. Cheerleader! So-and-so! The ugly one!
Yes.
Amazing.
I did have a Teen Girl Squad shirt that I loved.
That
just had their picture in the pencil-y drawing.
Yes.
And it was great. And nobody got it, and I felt so cool.
John Latch,
not cool.
My memes were CB radios. Damn, boy. I know those were a thing.
Yes.
Like, I think this is roughly how I felt when one of my friends, my much younger grad school friends, we went and saw the Deadpool movie, and he's like, oh man, those songs were great. And I'm like, back in my day, we all had listened to DMX. And he's like, did you listen on CDs? And I'm like, I hate the young.
Oh my God. You're like, no. Because it was... Yep. Not until junior high.
Right. Oh, God.
Yeah.
But no matter your age, X is definitely going to give it to you.
Yes. That's true.
Actually, today I had to whip out my age. I was at a fair, a broader impacts fair, so like where everybody has like little tables for their organizations, and so I was representing my organization, and then this dude who I'd seen at the grad student orientation fair comes up and introduces himself, and I'm like, oh yes, I remember you. You're from New Jersey, and you were terrified of moving to the Midwest. Lol.
And he's like, you're a creepy stalker.
No, it was that got flipped on its head pretty quickly. He did the like, I'm gonna lean in and talk to you like this thing, and I'm like, okay. And like I expected it to just be like, oh, I already got your program information at the grad student and orientation fair, so I'm just gonna say hi and then go on my merry way. And then he like would not stop talking and with the leaning, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, you're doing the hitting on me thing. All right. How do I cut this off?
That's when you're like,
but he didn't seem to be getting that either. So I think it was because he like refused to look away from my eyes. I'm like, dude, I'm not a bird. You are not a
your eyes.
My eyes. Yeah, I'm like,
your eyes.
My big brown eyes.
Yep. That's what he was looking at.
I'm like I'm not that fucking bird in Ricky Tikki Tavi, and you're not a goddamn cobra. So quit it. And so I was like, how can I make myself unappealing? Oh, I know my age. And I'm like, well, okay, he's a first year graduate student, so he's gonna be pretty young. compared to me. So I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this sort of thing makes me feel old. And he's like, oh, ha, ha, ha. Like, because we were talking about how U of C undergrads talk about themselves the way regular grad students do, which is to say, like, they call themselves first years, second years, third years, and so on, which is how I ended up with a 19-year-old roommate, who was awesome, by the way. But it was also very weird for me because I'm like, oh God, I feel creepy.
How old? That's
yeah. So, and I was like, oh God, this sort of thing makes me feel ancient. He's like, oh, me too. And I'm like, I guarantee I'm older than you are. And he's like, no, there's no way. I'm 26. And I'm like,
I love playing that game.
It's a fun game. And I'm like, I'm your age plus 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's then like, oh. You could see his brain kind of shutting down.
Right. Like, wait, that's does not compute.
Yeah. Like gears, like.
Right. But I like staring at your boobs so much. You can't be that old.
But you're almost my mom.
Yeah, you're like, no, yep. That's not okay. I mean, yes, if that makes you go away, then yes.
Yes, exactly.
Old as your mother.
I'll spread open my legs and let the bats fly out. Like,
you would do that anyway.
That's true. That's true. I have so many bats up in my vagina, and people should feel honored if they get to meet my vagina bats.
No.
Vagina bats. Vagina bats.
They're really sad little creatures. They've seen some shit, and they're hard alcoholics and drug users. They're tired of your fist continually like
battering them,
invading on their territory. So
they've got Stockholm syndrome though. They'll tell you they love it. They're very happy.
No, yeah, that's true.
And there's some good shit happening in the chat. Morion's original meme was Rickrolling in the 80s. Back then they just called it Rick Astley. I fucking love Rick Astley, man. I have nursed a shameful love for light rock favorites of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and today my entire life. So yes to that. So much Rick Astley.
I'm so shocked by this based on the parodies that you write. I would never have guessed that those were songs that you enjoy. You bitch.
Fuck yeah. Happy birthday, Grizz. Of course my vagina bats cling to birds. It's just they have to be Amanda's birds. So like Amanda opens her labes and then the birds fly out of her vagina, and then I open my labes and the bats fly out of mine, and then they pair off and the bats ride around on the bird. Yeah, isn't that how normal people's labe familiars work? Labe familiars! Lame familiars, I love you.
That's what we get up to in our hotel rooms at Gen Con.
Yes, yeah.
Is we just start letting our winged vagina animals out.
Oh shit, I do also have drones in my vaginas. I need to keep a better, like, we need like some kind of Damsels of Dorkington continuity record. Preserves the insane shit that we said is in our vagina.
Of all the things that we have said are in our vaginas.
Bats, birds, drones. Well, also winged creatures are a fairly common theme.
Yeah.
All the dicks I've stolen.
All the winged dicks.
Oh, yes, the winged dicks, the Foskini.
Yes.
Taking us back, second episode. What?
Yes.
Taking it old school.
Exactly. That was a very clever callback, me. I'm not sure clever is the right word. It's callback.
My menagerie. Oh my God, Adam, you're brilliant and I love you. The menagerie.
Menagerie.
Vaginagerie. I'm John Latch. I'm gaming at the local college. It is extra creepy when the girls are under half your age. Oh my God, yeah. Like, it's so weird. Like, so I got my roommate to come game with me. And so most of my friends were people I'd met in grad school. So they were older than her, but a lot younger than me. And, it was just one of those things where I'm just like, I'm gaming and I'm the old person here. Like, oh, wow. Like, I hope I'm not being too creepy, because I've gamed with like the much older dudes who were creepy. I've gamed with much older dudes who were fine. And much older women. Some were fine and some were creepy, but I don't want to be the creepy one. I don't want that.
You're not mature enough to be the creepy one.
Thank you.
You're probably okay. I would never guess that you're as old as you are just based on
my love of farts. Yes. Also, I mean, they are amazingly perky. I don't even really have to wear a bra if I don't want.
I know. They're fantastic. I love burrowing my head into them.
And I love having your head there.
I know, you do.
Things in their vaginas sounds like an expansion to Cards Against Humanity.
So clearly the title of tonight's episode is going to be something vagina-based.
I don't know, Late Familiars is really good.
I do like that.
That's perhaps one of the greatest contributions to the English language.
Lab familiars.
Our lab familiar.
I don't know, I really like vaginagery or
vaginagery. That's that's amazing also. Like, boy, this has just been an excellent night for the chat. Bravo, you guys. Marion's vagina is full of unicorns, pegasi, snuffleupaguses, and other imaginary things. Like something vagina-based is suggested by Justin.
Oh, just in quotes, something vagina-based.
Yes.
It's actually not bad. That's good too.
Isn't everything vagina-related? It's true.
Yes. Technically.
So John Latch says, I was born in the 60s. Ah, but were you born in your 60s? Are you like Merlin and aging backwards? Because you seem pretty youthful.
He does.
That's one cool thing about gaming. I think it helps keep you young. Like if you're not gross and creepy. But like if you're not a creepy weirdo, I think it helps you, you know, kind of keep that youthful spirit of playfulness.
It helps you stay not a creepy weirdo?
Yes. If you do it right.
Yes. If you don't
gaming
use it to hit on teenagers. Then.
Yes, don't do that. That's creepy. Gaming is like choosing the right holy grail in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. If you do it wrong, you'll age really fast and you get super creepy and then you're a skeleton and then you fall apart. But if you do it right, you get eternal life.
Sounds legit.
Indiana.
I believe that is literally true.
Let it go. We named the dog Indiana. Dog? You were named after the dog. Fucking love that movie. Ah!
That one? Or?
Yes, that one.
The Temple of...
Oh, yeah. Doom. I mean, I love all of the Indiana Jones movies.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, really.
Which would be your favorite of them all?
Oh, Last Crusade, definitely.
Okay.
I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne. Let my armies be the rocks and the trees and the birds in the sky. How about you?
Oh, I was gonna try to say the really shitty one that came out more recently, but I can't remember the name of it.
We don't talk about that.
Is that what it was called?
Yes, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I believe. We don't talk about that. The sad thing is it actually, like, it had the bones of a really good movie. The idea of Indiana Jones is updated for the 1950s. You've got the communism scare. You've got, you know, now he's fighting the Soviets.
But then they put Shia LaBeouf in it, and
then everything was ruined, and it was all terrible and bad. And ants, there were ants, I remember, like, and nothing was good. Although I've heard Blade Runner doesn't suck, so there's at least that in terms of remakes or sequels that Harrison Ford is involved in.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I've heard it's not, you know, quite as visionary or transcendent as the original, but what could be, for fuck's sake?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be really... If you tried to do that, it would just be shit. Like, you can't...
That's why the continual attempts at making another version of Dune will always fail, because there's no possible way they could be as good bad as the David Lynch.
Ours.
Yes, as our Dune. Our version of the David Lynch Dune movie, which all of you should go look up on YouTube.
Our version of the of Dune is by far the best, obviously. I really snorted cinnamon for that, not on purpose.
You did.
I got a little too into it.
I put barbecue sauce all over my face and then let it dry there so I could have appropriate goo for being Baron Harkonnen.
Yes, you did.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
So many things. Well, I think that I'm calling it. I think that's going to be it for us for episode 61 of the Dork Pridecast. As always, of course, we want to give a big thank you to Sarah Donner for allowing us to use music off of her latest album, Black Hole Heart. You can find the Damsels of Dorkington on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And you can link to all of our personal profiles through those places. And you can also join our Facebook group by searching for Dork Pride Worldwide.
And don't forget to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Damsels of Dorkington, where besides becoming one of our favorite people, you can also get access to rewards that are only available there, such as being on the list of super awesome patrons that we thank at the end of the podcast. Like these people. Oh shit, we didn't even talk about like what we're going to do for voices.
I just let you get to this point and then have to come up with something.
God damn it.
That makes me happy.
Indiana Jones, but replace Solo with Gimli. Yes. Is something Marion suggests. Okay. Voices. I mean, I guess we could do meme-based things. Not voices, but incorporate people's names into memes.
Okay. Sounds like that's going to work real well. Go ahead.
Don't talk to me or my Mary Henderson ever again.
Okay. That was a solid start. Let's see where we go from here.
Yeah, I don't think I have anywhere to go but down. All your Joshua Griffiths belong to us. LMAO, Richard Hirsch. Josh and Jessica Rowell, actually.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Solid.
Totally over it, Sean Palmer, although I'm not totally over it.
No.
Yeah. Now you have to start doing them.
Okay.
This is an odd-numbered episode, so
yes. So also a big thank you to Joseph Trollface Harris.
Don't forget, it's over 9,000! It's also Darren
Wilson! A big thank you to... all I had was Trollface.
That's it? That's all you know about memes?
I didn't think further ahead than a list of one. That was probably dumb. I am...
The Bee Movie, but...
Oh, come on!
Replaced with April Barker.
You know I hate the Bee Movie.
I know you hate that meme. That's why I chose it. Now you have to do this.
April! She's way cooler than the Bee Movie.
But it's a very popular meme.
I know. I lost my list. Okay, Steven Sanic Kendall, the creepy Sonic face guy that's got the weird face.
The great Luke Goatsky.
Ha! 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 That's good.
Wait, thank you.
I don't feel like I can compete. You should just do them all.
No, I can't.
Ha ha!
I'll run out of good ideas way too quickly. You have to do them too.
Okay. Where are we? She said, stalling for time?
We're on Jay Teller.
Jay Teller, God damn, I got nothing. This is why we should plan.
That's true. Okay, Jay Teller must construct additional pylons.
Let's see. Wayne, Nyan Cat walls.
Eric Ruggles, I'm doing you a success kid.
Zachary Drake likes to play keyboards and also peek out of the ceiling. He's just a cat in general. Just a cat.
Zachary Drake's in fact a cat. Not the actual Drake.
No, I thought about that, but that was too... Yeah. Let's see. Do you like Joe's and do you like Louie's? Because we put a Joe in a Louie, and now you have Joe Louie.
In your Joe Louie. Yo, dog.
I hear you like Joe Louie. Well. You get a Brandon, Katie, and Thomas David, and you get a Brandon and Katie and Thomas David. Everyone gets a Brandon, Katie, and Thomas David.
Here come that Jenny and Ryan Wiedenbenner. Oh shit, what up?
The Ice Cream Social Boys just facepalm at us like Captain Picard.
And to finish things once and for all, Melody Glatzel-Smith divides by 0.
Ooh. There we go. So thanks for joining us, everyone. This has been episode 61 of the Dork Pridecast. We will see you all next week.
Deuces!
Jetpack.